Good day, everyone. This is Mark Vello, and you're listening to Headline News. Senators fall on impeachment of Trump. Republicans collectively condemned. The U.S. Senate held a vote on Trump's impeachment on February 9th, with 6 Republicans supporting the trial. Republican U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana was collectively condemned by members of the state's Republican Party for voting in favor of the impeachment. Republicans who have sided with Democrats in the latest impeachment effort, including 10 members of the House, have faced blowback from their states. The Republican Party of Louisiana issued an official statement after the vote, expressing deep disappointment that Cassidy supported the start of an impeachment trial against former President and now citizen Trump. We feel that an impeachment trial of a private citizen is not only an unconstitutional act, but also an attack on the very foundation of American democracy, which will have far-reaching and unforeseen consequences for our republic, the statement reads. We also remind all Americans that former President Trump is innocent of the politically motivated, bogus charges now pending against him in a kangaroo court presided over by an openly hostile political opponent. How far justice has fallen in the short time that Democrats have been in control of the federal government. The Republican Party of Louisiana also praised another U.S. Senator, John Kennedy, for making the right decision to stand firm against the impeachment of former President Trump. On February 7th, in Lincoln County, Nebraska, 32 members of the local Republican Party also voted unanimously to censure pro-impeachment Senator Ben Sasse, accusing him of not only dismissing the legitimate concerns regarding injustices in the 2020 presidential election, but also lacking respect for the high office of the President of the United States. Democrats supported the impeachment and announced they would use the plan to blame Trump for the January 6 congressional riots, which pro-Trump supporters denounce as a fabrication and misrepresentation of the facts. Recently, Fox personality Sean Hannity indignantly said on his show that the impeachment trial let us all learn about the glaring double standard and the rank hypocrisy that is all of Washington and all of its swamp ugliness, and that this has never been a serious proceeding. It is a phony political show trial. As the impeachment case did not reach 17 Republicans in the Senate in the previous 2 rounds of voting, the U.S. media industry believes that this impeachment case will be difficult to pass. Hearings on Trump's impeachment are expected to continue into next week. Former CIA officer says he left the Democratic Party because of the impeachment. Brian Dean Wright, a former U.S. CIA officer, wrote that he left the Democratic Party due to the second impeachment of former President Donald Trump, saying that it only serves to exacerbate the political divide. For years, Democrats like me have watched with increasing alarm as our own political leaders and activists have used an endless stream of hateful, violent, and ultimately un-American rhetoric that has resulted in billions of dollars in economic damage and given birth to a violent national movement, wrote Brian Dean Wright for the Daily Caller. Not surprisingly, the systematic hatred that pulses through the modern left has inflamed profound political divisions and the predictable outcomes that come with them, most especially violence and destruction. Wright also pointed out that democratically elected officials incited violence in 2020. A woman in New York City threw a Molotov cocktail at 4 police officers sitting in their vehicle during a riot, and were unharmed only because the gas bomb failed to ignite, he said. Next, a group of rioters in Seattle tried to seal up the doors of a police precinct and ignite the building on fire, burning cops alive. In all, over 700 federal, state, and local law enforcement officers sustained injuries in violence perpetrated by leftist rioters. That includes retired St. Louis police captain David Dorn, who died defending the city he loved from those encouraged by the Democrat Party's incitement. Wright went on to cite rhetoric from mainstream media pundits, such as CNN's Chris Cuomo, who told viewers last year to show me where it says protesters are supposed to be polite and peaceful. An NPR statement that looting is a powerful tool to bring about real, lasting change in society. For Democrats like me, we have no choice. We have to leave. But where do we go politically now that our party can no longer be salvaged? The answer is to be found in the exit data from the 2020 election. We're already leaving, it turns out, and joining the new populist Republican Party, he said. White House. No timetable for TikTok ban yet. On Wednesday, February 10th, White House spokeswoman Jen Psaki commented that the Biden administration is not ready to take a new, proactive step towards the TikTok ban. She said the Biden administration is fully assessing the national security risks surrounding user data. The Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, CFIUS, is currently investigating TikTok. The Wall Street Journal reported that the Biden administration was preparing to back out from former President Donald Trump's attempt to restrict the popular video app TikTok, and asked the court to delay a legal dispute over the proposed ban. The U.S. Commerce Department is reviewing claims that the Trump administration has called TikTok a threat to national security, and whether there are grounds to ban the software in the U.S., according to publicly available court documents. Psaki did not deny the claim made by Wall Street Journal, while noting that the case is still under review by the Biden administration. The Trump administration banned TikTok and asked the company to sell its business, but a federal judge temporarily blocked the White House's ban, and the deal was put on hold. U.S. President Joe Biden has said TikTok is a problem, but has not responded on whether he would continue to ban TikTok, force a sale, or lift the ban. I don't think they see TikTok itself as a high-priority issue, said Sam Sachs, a China expert at Yale Law School, while predicting that the ban on TikTok will be difficult to continue in the new administration. Last September, Trump set a deadline for TikTok's owner, ByteDance, to accept a proposal to partner with Oracle and Walmart. The proposal would create a new U.S. branch of TikTok. TikTok would hand over management of its U.S. user data to Oracle. However, CFIUS has not yet completed the necessary review. The current government deadline for TikTok to sell its U.S. business has passed. Reuters quoted sources as saying the review process for the case could drag on for months, as the Biden administration has not yet assembled enough staff to review the deal. TikTok and Oracle did not return requests for comment on Wednesday. Walmart declined to comment and referred questions to the Biden administration. CFIUS, which is responsible for reviewing the TikTok deal, did not respond to requests for comment. The Treasury Department also didn't respond to requests. The U.S. Commerce Department, which tried to enforce Trump's order last year, and the Justice Department, which is dealing with a court challenge, did not respond either. Hawley, congressman caught in the Spygate sex scandal, is appointed to impeachment manager. U.S. Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri said on Wednesday, February 10th, that allowing California Representative Eric Swalwell, who is embroiled in a scandal with Chinese Communist spy Fang Fang, to serve as a manager of the impeachment case is a provocation to the U.S. Congress. The Senate's impeachment case against former U.S. President Donald Trump entered its second day. Swalwell said at the impeachment hearing on February 10th that Trump's tweets incited the mob that sparked the riots on January 6th, and that Trump called that day historic during that day's rally speech. But Hawley harshly criticized Swalwell for his own problems. He said, "That's an interesting choice. Somebody who's part of a Chinese espionage ring, effectively, so it's a provocative choice." As the Axios website reported last December, as a member of the House Intelligence Committee, Swalwell was once a target of Chinese Communist spy Fang Fang. Yet the two became friends. It is believed Swalwell had an inappropriate relationship with Fang Fang. Last December, House Minority Leader McCarthy asked the FBI for a briefing on Swalwell's relationship with Fang Fang, a female communist spy, but the FBI twice refused. Swalwell himself refused to answer whether there was an affair with Fang Fang. Swalwell was not removed from the House Intelligence Committee because of the scandal and was even selected by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to be a House impeachment manager. Another impeachment manager being criticized was Jamie Raskin, who led the charge in 2016 to challenge the Florida Electoral College result that Trump won the election, but claimed that Trump's call to challenge the 2020 Electoral College results sparked an uprising. The Senate voted 56 for and 44 against, allowing Trump's impeachment to proceed on February 9th, with 6 Republican senators finding the Democrats' argument persuasive. The Trump debate team said they would not change their debate strategy as a result. This concludes today's broadcast. Thank you for your time, and stay tuned for the next headline news.